Welcome, my friend, to today's presentation.
Go ahead.
This is me, and this is you.
Okay,
We need money, lots
we
of
do.
money. Why? Well, for first of all, money gives us freedom. It gives us time, family. I mean, this is our why. Some people they want to help out their family. They want to make their family proud. Some people want to get rich and then bring their friends up with them. Personally, I'm trying to make new friends, people that have the same mindset as me. And money's going to allow me to get in those circles to meet these people. Girls. I mean, it sounds bad, but money helps with chicks. Let's be
True.
honest.
Yeah.
Cars, watches, houses, all of these materialistic things that we can all appreciate. Travel the world, have stories. I mean, money allows you to have the best experiences in life. Obviously, everything that money can buy. I mean, there are some experiences that only money can buy. And when you have money, financial freedom, you're able to travel the world. I mean, you'll be able to have a lot of stories. Why live a normal life and be a slave to the system? And so many other reasons why we need to make money.
Like foundations, you know, giving money to the homeless people, helping others.
Yeah, getting to that. So part two.
Having money makes you a better person in general.
Yeah. If you're a good person from the get-go, money will amplify
Yeah.
that.
Go ahead.
Out of all the things I mentioned, there's still something even more important that money will allow us to do. That is to achieve supreme success in this life and in the hereafter. I mean, how many times have you missed a prayer because you're working a 9 to 5? I mean, how many times have you missed Fajr because you got to wake up the next day early and go to work?
Yeah. Yeah.
If you have an abundance of money and you work for yourself, there's no more excuses. You're able to pray all your prayers on time, and of course, donate to others, as you mentioned. So, not only do we need money as soon as possible because, I mean, if you look at the economy right now, it's going pretty crazy. There's inflation. They say inflation is at 8 or 10% per year, but that's not true. Inflation is a lot higher than that. It's probably at like 20%. And during the pandemic, the government printed, I think, $13 trillion, which is 40% of all of the US dollars ever printed. They printed that
That's
amount
crazy.
during the pandemic. So inflation is a lot more than just 8 to 10%. There's a war going on. Whenever there's a war, uh, the governments have to print even more money so that they can fund the military, which creates more inflation. And whenever there's a war, it creates a lot of fear in the markets, so the markets crash. The markets have completely crashed. There's an energy crisis right now in Europe. Uh, they have an energy crisis because Russia has cut their gas for a lot of European countries, and these European countries they don't want to comply to Russia. So what they do to resolve this energy crisis is they're going to print even more money so that they can pay the people's electricity bills or gas bills for them, which is going to create even more inflation. the fall of the US dollar. Uh, there's an interesting phenomenon happening for the past 10 years, maybe even more than that. Russia and China, they have been buying gold and they're trying to get rid of the US dollar so that they can use their own digital currency and not be relying on the West anymore. And they've allied with India, Brazil, Africa. So once all these countries don't use the US dollar anymore and they're all using this digital currency backed by gold, then what's going to happen to the US dollar supply? It's going to be flooded with all this additional money, this additional US dollar that all these countries aren't using anymore, which is going to create even more inflation. Now, all this sounds very bad, but there still is an opportunity for us to capitalize on this crisis. Basically, since the markets have completely crashed, so if we can make real money soon and invest that into the markets, we might actually set ourselves up for life. I mean, that's how cheap assets are going to be. I mean, that's how cheap assets are right now, and they're going to keep being cheap and keep going down for the next couple of years, probably. So, a wise man once said, soon there's going to be have-nots and have-yachts. And we're going to have yachts or die trying. Yeah, you know who said that. Now, how are we going to make this delicious money? Well, we can sell something. We can provide a service like a social media marketing agency, for example. We can buy stocks. We can buy Bitcoin. We can get into real estate.
Yeah.
We can start a YouTube channel, build an audience, and then monetize that audience. There's a million ways of making money, but the important thing is that you pick one that you like the best and you stick with it until you're successful with it. Which brings me to Ecom. So I started in Ecom. You're trying to get into Ecom. And I also think that having an online business is the best way to become financially free as fast as possible. So life-changing money with e-commerce. Zino, would you say that $1 million is life-changing?
Of course.
I would
I
say
would
that,
say it's a good start. It's a good start.
yeah. Yeah, I agree with that. But I would also say that 50,000 is life-changing. If I had 50,000 right now, I mean, that would change my life.
50,000, you mean 50K?
50K, yeah.
Okay. I mean, bro, at this point, even 10K may be useful to invest more money and have more cash flow. So, of course,
Yeah.
1 million is a life changing, but to me, it's not enough because,
Yeah.
I mean, when you have high standards for yourself, of course, 1 million is the goal, but you're going to reach more.
I mean, 10K would be useful, but I mean, that would not change my life.
Yeah.
I mean, 10K is not, at this point, the 10K is not a lot. You know, it'd have to be at least 50K for me. But obviously, you know, we want to make millions.
Yeah.
So how are we going to get to that $1 million? Well, we can sell, for example, we can sell $100 product to 10,000 people, and that would make us $1 million. We can acquire 1,000 loyal customers that are going to pay us $1 million every year. So drop shipping makes selling things very easy. Affiliate marketing also makes selling things very easy. Also, what's something to keep in mind is that the more value you're able to provide, the bigger problems you're able to solve, the more people are going to be willing to pay you large amounts of money. Systems. So I absolutely love systems because systems are the business. And in ecom, there are pretty much three main systems that we need to master in order to have a very profitable business. First, we got to have a system that we can find profitable products. Then we need to build a system so that we have a website that converts, basically converts visitors into buyers. And third of all, we need traffic. Okay, we need a system so that we're able to drive traffic to our website. And also, I mean, one thing that's important with systems is it's important to have your systems organized in a way that's very simple, very structured to follow. That way you could almost hire a CEO or a project manager to run your business for you. And all they would need to do that would be for you to share a folder, a drive folder with all the systems in your business. And they would be able to go through that and run your business for you. So speaking of traffic, this is a very interesting chart because it's all the top social media platforms sorted by monthly active users in 2022. And
Yeah, there's more active users in WhatsApp than in Instagram.
Yeah, and that's because WhatsApp is huge outside of America, right? In Asia, Africa, Europe, and there's a lot of people there. And surprisingly, I don't know if that surprises you, but Facebook is #1. Did you know that?
Of course.
You knew that? I thought YouTube
Yeah.
would be higher than that.
Nah.
Yeah. But I mean the reason Facebook is #1 is because even though in America, in North America, people that use Facebook are like are boomers. People that are 30 plus, 40 plus. Gen Z does not use Facebook. They use Instagram, right? So if we want to reach a younger demographic, we can just go on Instagram, which is of course owned by Meta. And then you have YouTube. So Google has always been kind of the second best in the advertising space. They've always tried to compete with Facebook and beat them, but they've always kind of came second. So that includes YouTube. We can't run ads on WhatsApp, so we don't need to worry about WhatsApp. We can run ads on Messenger, but we're not going to do that anytime soon. Then there's WeChat. I don't know what the fuck WeChat is.
No, same.
Yeah. Then you have TikTok, the new dog that entered the space. And people are having a lot of people from Facebook are actually going to TikTok, which is kind of good because that just leaves more advertising space for Facebook. And
yeah,
TikTok has the best organic growth. I mean, there are people making a lot of money on TikTok without spending $1 on ads. All they do is organic, and they do ecom as well.
Yeah.
Then you have Chinese TikTok. I knew there was a TikTok just for China, but I don't know what the fuck that is. Then you have and then you have this penguin shit, which I don't know what that is. And then you have I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is.
Probably from China.
Yeah, probably some Asian shit.
Yeah.
Then you have Snapchat. People run ads on Snapchat, obviously.
Actually cheap though. Snapchat.
Snapchat is cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure it's a lot cheaper than Facebook. Definitely. Yeah, I don't know much about Snapchat. I bought this course that had Snapchat training, but I never went through it because I was just focused on Facebook, and people were having more success on Facebook. So I don't know much about Snapchat. Telegram. We can't run ads on Telegram. All I see on there is 20 scams a day. So
I mean, in Telegram you can make some groups, no?
yeah, we can make like a mastermind or inner circle. That
Yeah.
works. Uh, then you have Pinterest. I've actually heard a lot of good things from some successful ecom guys about Pinterest. Uh, I think that Pinterest is a more female dominated platform. So if we ever promote a product that's more for females, we can definitely try Pinterest. Um, then you have Twitter and Reddit. You can run ads on Twitter and Reddit, but I've never seen ecom ads on Twitter and Reddit. I mean, I've never seen any successful ecom ads on there. So it's more for like get driving traffic to blogs and articles. So we're not going to worry about that. And then you have Quora. I don't know. I thought that was a search engine. I don't know what Quora is, bro. Um, so that pretty much covers all the social media we can drive traffic from, except for search engines like Google and Bing, aka Microsoft ads, which are two giants as well. All right, money machine, aka cash cow. So the first step to ultimate financial freedom is building a money machine. Um, and basically that's what we're trying to do with our ecom business. We're basically trying to spend $1 on advertising and make $2 back in revenue. And once you do that, once you have a successful campaign that does that, you're essentially printing money, because then you just double the budgets, you run the same ads, the same ad campaigns across multiple accounts, and you're just putting $1 in, getting $2 back. I mean, imagine
And
if
then you
you
can,
had, yeah, go ahead.
and then when you make some money, you can even explore more countries, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I'll get to that. You'll see. Um, but yeah, what I was saying is, what was I saying? You can print money, put $1 in, get $2 back. Oh yeah, imagine if you had a money machine at home where you put $1 in it and you get $2 back. I mean, you would put your whole bank account in it. You would sell everything.
Yeah.
You would sell everything in your house and you put it in that machine. And then you'd hire someone to put money in it for you while you sleep, and you'll give them a cut. Like, you'll figure something out to print money 24/7. And that's what we're trying to do with our business, with our ecom business. That's what we're trying to do with advertising. And once we have that money machine working for us, and we have all this cash flow coming into our bank accounts, then we can buy assets, right? And buying assets is where we're going to be able to park our money, uh, increase our wealth, develop new income streams, and that's going to take us to the next level. And like I said, if we can buy assets during this recession, which is going to be a depression soon, I mean, we're going to set ourselves up for eternity. It's crazy how we can get these assets. We're going to be able to get these assets for so cheap. It's a huge opportunity. Right now, we should only be spending 10 to 20% of our monthly income for assets. 80 to 90% of our monthly income should be going towards building that money machine. And then once we're making tons of money, of course, you can spend 80% on assets. When you're making $1 million a month, who cares if you spend 800K on assets? Because you still have 200K to just blow, right?
Real. Yeah.
So we're not going to make any money unless we develop certain skills that's going to allow us to actually earn that money. And I mean, people call those high income skills. which makes sense. And by the way, if you're not making any money right now, it's because your skills are not good. You're either doing something that a robot could do, something that anybody could do. You could be replaced like that.
Yeah.
And if you just develop better skills that are more irreplaceable, more useful, you're gonna make more money.
Agreeable.
So, what are some skills that we need to develop to make money? First, we need to understand the fundamentals of business. I mean, how to find a product or a service that provides value, that solves problems, how to have good margins, how to scale a business, how to manage cash flow, all these basic fundamentals of business. We need to get good at branding, especially in ecom. I mean, you probably know.
Yeah.
I mean, in the ecom, having a good brand is everything. Marketing and traffic. Marketing is basically getting interest to your business, and traffic is getting eyeballs to your business. So basically, getting clicks and visitors on your website. Copywriting. I mean, this is one of the most important ones. Copywriting is the art of selling with the written word, or the art of persuading someone to take action with the written word. That's going to be your ads, your headlines, your
Yeah.
product page, your emails. The better you are at copywriting, the more you're going to be able to sell people and kind of manipulate people into doing what you want. Creatives. Those are your images, videos, whether it's a YouTube thumbnail or a 15-second Facebook ad. The goal of the creative is to get people's attention, is to get their attention and then drive them towards your copy so that they can read your copy.
Yeah.
Team. So you can only do so much by yourself. Eventually, I mean, there's a lot of aspects of business, even ecom, that are super repetitive, super annoying, super time consuming. Eventually, we're going to have to hire a virtual assistant that's going to take care of customer service, order fulfillment, all these repetitive
Yeah.
tasks so that we can focus on being CEOs, making decisions to push the business forward, and have more time to be creative. And obviously, it's good to hire people that specialize in one thing. Like YouTubers will hire a video editor, or people will hire like an accountant. People that have skills that you don't necessarily have, so that you can form a well-rounded team that are going to run the business. Taxes. Yay, taxes.
Yeah.
Do you know last year I got a refund for taxes for $4,000?
Because you don't make enough money.
Facts. Facts. But it's also because I could have paid taxes because I actually made
Yeah.
more than 60K last year. But
Mhm.
fucking the reason I got a big refund is because I wrote everything off as a business expense. 95% of all your expenses should be a business expense. You should be able to write that off, because or else this is going to happen. I mean, you hear these horror stories of like this 19-year-old drop shipping that just had his breakthrough, and he made like, let's say, $1 million in a year, and he didn't worry about taxes. He didn't think about it. He was just busy scaling his business. And then at the end of the year, since he didn't write anything off as a business expense, the government takes half his money, takes half his million. Now he's left with 500K. And out of that 500K, he spent 400K on running the business. So now he's left with 100K. Where'd your million go? This is what happens when you don't understand taxes and you're not prepared to not pay taxes from the get-go. All right, so 99% of partnerships fail.
Well, 99.
I'm telling you. So how are we going to build a successful partnership? Well, number one,
Same mission.
we need to have the same mission, the same vision, the same goals, and we got to keep
Same
that
purpose.
consistent.
Mm-hmm.
We're building an ecom business not because we love ecom, because we're trying to become financially free, essentially.
Yes.
And for all the why reasons I mentioned previously, that's why we're building this ecom business. And we got to keep that in mind because when times get hard, you got to remind yourself of your why, all the things I mentioned earlier, because that's going to fuel you again. That's going to motivate you. The best partnerships that I've seen are the ones where the two people have different skills. You remember our watch business in high school?
Yeah.
So remember how I would order the watches on Amazon and then I would send you pictures of all the selection of watches and then I would give you the price. That was my role. And then you would hit up people on social media and then you would deliver the watches to them, collect the payment, and then give me my cut.
Yeah.
Essentially, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to keep that same dynamic because from what I've seen, those are the best partnerships. Because when the two people have different skills and they do different things, doesn't mean they can't work on the same thing together. But ideally, we need to do different things. That way, when we come together, it forms this really good synergy. Honesty. I mean, in business relationships, we need to be straight up, right? We need to say things that are almost brutally honest because what we're trying to do is not be nice to each other. We're just trying to grow the business. We're trying to make money. So whenever, let's say I come up to you with an idea and you're like, nah, this idea is shit because of X, Y, Z. That's what you should say. Or let's say you come up to me with a task, you're like, oh, we need to get this done. And I know that this task would be better done, let's say, if you did it, because that's more in your field. I would say, nah, it's better if you do this because X, Y, Z. Right? So we just got to be straight up. It doesn't matter how we feel, what we think. What matters is grow the business and give us that money. Trust. A man's word is all he has. Basically,
Trust the process.
if I trust the process as well. But what I'm saying here is, if I tell you that, just one moment. If I tell you that in 2 days I'm gonna finish the product page, you know that in 2 days you know that product page is gonna be done because I said so, right?
Yeah.
Let's say you say that in the next 3 hours all the social media accounts will be up and ready to run. I know for a fact that Zino, he's gonna get that done because he gave me his word. So when you say something, let's say I say I'm gonna do X thing by X amount of time, and then X amount of time goes by and I didn't do it. Then what the fuck am I here for? I mean, I don't want to work with someone that says he's gonna do something and then doesn't do it.
That's disrespectful. To be honest, that's disrespectful. But when you give your word, you have to stick to it.
It's all you have. Your word is all you have. Because we're not rich yet, so we don't have money. Like,
can afford.
Our word is all we have. Are we on the same page? Oh, it looks like you're on a different page.
What do you mean? I don't think so, bro.
Do you disagree with anything I said today? Do you have any questions? Do you have anything?
I agree with you all you said was true, and I think we have the same vision, the same mission, the same purpose. So I have no fucking question, bro. I'm ready to start off straight up.
Let's go, because my next slide is let's start now? Question mark. Shall we start building these ecom systems that are going to build us that money machine now?
Bro, on va créer des écosystèmes. T'inquiète.
Good shit.
Yeah, let's go.
And speaking of systems, I wanted to show you some of the systems quickly for my affiliate marketing business, just so that you can have kind of a visual representation. And I'm going to stop this recording.